Welcome to episode 5 of Tarot Card Readings for the Rich and Famous. Today's episode, or this episode, is Donald J. Trump, the man who's running our country. And I got this idea because I was on Twitter and he posts a lot on there. So let's do the past. Let's do it this way. In the past, for Donald Dunny. Yeah. The cards that are calling me. This one. This one. And last but not least, this one. So in the past, for Donald Trump, the very first card is the Fool in reverse. Okay, let's see what that card has to say on my database. For Donald Trump. Ooh. Recklessness, being taken advantage of, and inconsideration. When the fool springs into the unknown without recognizing possible consequences, he can put himself in danger. Recklessness is the theme here, and the unknown can be exciting as well as dangerous. Keep your eyes open and be cautious on the road ahead, because you are inexperienced. You may find pitfalls are awaiting you. Card number 2 for Donald Trump's past is the Chariot in reverse. Let's see what this card reveals. This one says lack of control, lack of direction, and aggression. So, the reversed Chariot may have a driver who is not sure of their path, feeling directionless or unable to control the horses that would normally bring her forward. If you were once sure of your aims, what are you questioning now? Or, if you feel powerless amongst forces that are too chaotic, how can you divert your movement? How did you divert your movement in the past, Mr. Trump? Last card for you in the past is the 5 of Pentacles. My camera's like slanted, it looks cool. Okay, so in the past, our president felt need. It says poverty and insecurity. Something about this doesn't seem to flow. But this could be long-term past. So it says when we encounter the 5 of Pentacles, we encounter a moment of need. So he had a moment of need. There was a setback or a loss that had happened in his material world, and he found himself in a state of shock and shame, which made it difficult for him to even ask for help. So we all know what he did to overcome this. This is not just a blow to his resources, was not just a blow to his resources, but it was also a blow to his pride. Perhaps he was in a state where he was losing hope, which made it difficult for him to see the opportunities that the universe was going to provide for him. He got a pretty good opportunity because now he's the president. So even though this was difficult, he had to trust and have faith that it was not permanent, and he did find his way. He it says, how can you create more positivity in the situation? I do think he was able to find a way to do that. But maybe back then it didn't feel like it was going to change, so he was just trying to, he was not seeing that it was going to change in the future. And it sure did. He's president now. So there is the past over Donald Trump. Now we will look at present moment. He is running our country with a lot of chaos going on. And that's gotta be hard. A tough job, even though I do think sometimes the presidents don't have as much control over the situations as we think that they do. They have to keep too many people in mind. And so sometimes they can't always just do what they want to do. Okay, that one gets another. And lastly, for the present, wow, we'll leave it at that. Okay, so currently we have the High Priestess, and she is in reverse. Two High Priestess. So it talks about the veil hiding the unseen world, which as a president you probably know many things that we do not know. So there is an unseen world that is unseen to us, and that's how you're making your decisions. So this talks about the book of your life is the scroll in her lap. Since this card is in reverse, we have to take that meaning into account, and it's telling you to stop listening to others and consider what you really want. I don't know, maybe your intuition is right sometimes. And so then you don't have the control and the power to do what you need to do, which would be the right thing. I mean, that's why you're the president. Even though it's hard for us to understand why people are put into the places that they are put into, there's a good reason for this. Okay, so it's telling you to take some time to get to know yourself again, and that the answers they lie deep within you. Take the time to uncover them. Okay, so the very middle card is you are the King of Swords. This is you. And then we'll look at the action. So this is the person, this is Donald Trump. King of Swords. Swords. Okay. So this is the masculine expression of the element of air. Intellectuality and rational analysis. It's purely thought-based reactions. It's a tactical approach to all matters. His energy helps you meet deadlines, finish projects, and ace tests. He is the big boss, the father figure, and the authoritarian. How very fitting. He, like the Queen of Swords, emulates the figure of justice and carries her qualities in his words and actions. The butterflies on his throne reflect a higher consciousness. I don't care what other people say because I know not everybody likes Donald Trump. I actually didn't vote for you, but that was then. You're our president now. It was just scary to me to elect somebody that, I know you're good at business, but I was thinking of you as more of like a reality TV star at the time. But I do and did back then see somebody who was possessing a higher consciousness, and I think that I quarreled with that. I sort of argued with that. So yes, you have a higher consciousness too. Okay, now we have the Three of Wands, and this one is in reverse. For you right now, and even if you didn't understand or fully get that back then, maybe you are coming to terms with and understanding your state of consciousness at a different level now. So that's a wonderful thing since you are running our country currently. Okay, so for the action of that person, because that person would be you, it says to rethink the parameters of your partnerships to make sure that you are getting the good end of the deal. these cards are very good cards for a president. So rethink some of your partnerships and parameters to make sure you're getting the good end of the deal, Donald Trump. You don't have to prove yourself. Open your mind and look for new solutions. Okay. And finally, for your present moment now, for Donald Trump, we have the Six of Cups, and this is a beautiful card. So it's talking about gifts of the heart, a walk down memory lane, kindness, sharing, protection. Two children share a cup inside of a walled Tuscan hill town. Flowers sprout from the cups, implying growth and manifestation in the real world. The figure of an adult male, perhaps a soldier, walks away, implying this is a space of youth. Old situations slip away. The cup exchange between the children reflects gifts of the heart. So I think there is some gifts that you can share or are sharing with your hearts. Stuff that maybe other people might be close-minded off from noticing. But a lot of the things that you've begun to do as the president are actually coming from your heart. And you're going to remember them forever. So next we have, sorry about my allergies, we're in Ohio. Your future. Let's see what that brings. You get 3 cards here. If we pull a trump card, the report card, we'll pull an extra. I think that last card for your present situation is literally showing some things about potentially some of the hate that's just fading off of this planet, you know. It's going to help people sort of experience things differently. And there won't be the grudges being held that people were holding before they got a higher state of consciousness. And this is good. Those are good cards for somebody that's controlling our country. I don't know what this one is, but I'm going to pick that one. So we have virtue, luxury, and worry. Cards number 3, 4, and 5. And from what I understand, whenever they're pulled in order where the numbers are lined up, they're very important, and it's showing a progression. So in the future, it's going to go from 3 to 4 and then to 5. So this is one of them that does, it's a flowing future prediction. So the first thing you're going to have to deal with, or that's going to be happening, and these cards are a little raunchy sometimes, so it does talk about good stuff and bad stuff. It's a little more well-rounded, and I like that. So for virtue, this is the beginning of your future. It's the 3 of Wands. It says, virtue, established strength, success after struggle, pride and arrogance, realization of hope, and conceit. That's what's going to be happening in the beginning of your future. So you have established strength, and there will be some success after this main struggle that's going on, or some of these main struggles. You are a person who is very prideful, and you do show some arrogance from what they show on television anyways, but it talks about a realization of hope. So you're going to pull some hope from somewhere about something that's important to you, and it will make you somewhat conceited. And these things are not always bad virtues, like the card to hold. Let's look at a little bit further down, further ahead into your future. You get the 4 of Cups, which is luxury. I like cups. I am a water sign. I also like wands a lot. That last card was a wand. And 3 is my favorite number, so what I said there probably might mean a little bit more to you personally than I'm willing to explain on a public video on Facebook. Okay, so a little bit further into your future, we have the 4 of Cups. It talks about luxury, weakness, abandonment to desire. It says pleasure mixed with anxiety, injustice. It says the seeds of decay in the fruits of pleasure. So I feel like somehow you're going back to living in luxury, and it's going to feel like a weakness to you because, you know, eventually you're not going to be the president. You can't be the president forever. But when you stop being the president, it's going to feel like it says abandonment to desire. It feels like you're abandoning your post, or you're going to lack certain desires that were keeping you going while you were the president. This talks about pleasure mixed with anxiety. So as you, incorporate yourself back into, I guess, a normal life, or a life that's not possessing so many responsibilities that, you don't have to take care of us as much anymore in the same type of way. It's just going to be an adjustment for you. So there will be some injustices that you're noticing, probably with whoever comes into being the president. And this could be a long ways down the road, by the way. I'm not talking about the next election or anything like that. And there's nothing you're going to really be able to do about it, even though you probably will still hold a little bit more power, maybe even more when you're not the president, which is confusing. Oh, the dog's dreaming. So it talks about the seeds of decay in the fruits of pleasure. I feel like you're going to stick a little bit of, like, what's going to be making you happy is going to hold some seeds of decay, which would be things that are not the most pure stuff. But that's how you're going to get fruits of pleasure. This is in the future, like a long time from now. For the last card you have, worry. And this is the 5 of discs. Remember how I said these are important? And they're kind of, climbing the ladder into your future. So this could be super long term. This is a story, first, second, last. Five of discs. This card says, worry, intense strain, inactivity, financial loss, professional setbacks, monetary anxiety, poverty, which was also brought up in the beginning, and I don't see poverty in your life, so let's not think of money specifically, even though it talked about monetary anxiety just before that. Maybe you're going to realize that money's not everything, actually. Now this is going to be influenced, and these are some key highlight words for you, by labor, real estate, and business acumen. So this is in the long-term future. Of course, you're going to be a businessman. Again, there will be some times where you do have to worry a lot. But I think that that's what helps you get by. That makes you who you are. And so, I mean, obviously you didn't become a financial success without enjoying those portions of the business world. And it talks about intense strain. So this makes me feel like you're not going to have as much control over it as you did sort of in the past. The word inactivity following that is what took me there. There will be some financial loss, but you're not going to starve or anything. You'll have some professional setbacks, this monetary anxiety again, and the poverty. We have to adjust these to the specific individuals. I seriously think you're going to realize somehow that money's not everything by the end of your life, actually. And so it's very long term. What I'm getting here. So, pretty good reading. And these cards are much different than the cards that I was pulling for the other people who are entertainers. You are somewhat of an entertainer too. Maybe you're going to start to love those kind of things instead of just money, or however that works. Just kind of what the cards were telling me. Anyways, thank you so very much for being our president. And if you stay grateful and stay thankful, then we will all be blessed collectively. So much love and namaste. Donald Trump. Tarot card reading for the rich and famous, number 5, episode 5. Thanks for watching.